Hi everyone, this is meowmurai, and let's continue our game of Final Fantasy XIV Online, running on PlayStation 5. Okay, what are we up to? I think we just got this quest. Let's see, where am I going here? That's in Thanlin. Okay, well, we're headed in the right direction for this one. There have been so many other games coming out recently, and I haven't had as much time to play. That's the problem with a game like this, is that if you're like heavily invested with other folks, you know, you may not ever match in the same levels or playtimes. You know, thankfully with the instance dungeons, you know, it brings everybody down to the within reason for their levels. But you know, if you have friends that have like a little bit more time to play than you do, then you're always going to be, you know, at odds with what they want to do and what you want to do. Let's see. Before we're taking on another quest, let's see what we got going on here. Looking forward, perchance? If so, you couldn't have come at a better time. We stone torches are sellswords hired by Amagina and Son's mineral concern to protect its interest. Our primary duty here is to keep tracks clear of pests, and it is for this purpose that we require your aid. I should point out, however, that it can be messy work and liable to get messier still if you are ill prepared. A single piece of gear can mean the difference between life and death. I'll not have it on my conscience that I send an ill-equipped adventurer to an untimely demise. See to it that your arms and armor are in order. When you're ready, present yourself to me again. Equip your head, body, hands, legs, and feet with gear of item level 5 or above before returning. That's level 5. That's level 1. This is level 1. Okay, so I don't quite have what I need here. And level 1. Yeah, this is an expensive quest. If we want to do this stuff. I don't even think I have item level 5s for everything I have, do I? Yeah, I mean, that's item level 5. That's item level 5. That's item level 5. I think my armor... Yeah, that's item level 5. My hat. I need a different hat. Okay, well, maybe we'll go on a quest that will earn us a different hat. Alright, snap punch. We got shell sweepers. Those are in the rat's nests. Okay, I didn't really want to join that fate. Have you carved up the critters? Quickly, else my customers will complain. This rich, robust redness. Shrew meat is lean yet lovely. I'll learn you. Slathered in my secret sauce and smoked, it is a symphony of savory sensations that will satisfy even the most critical connoisseur. It takes time to prepare it properly, though, so I fear we may be forced to deny our dedicated customers their desired dinner regardless. Okay, we can return. Yeah, you've already mastered the snap punch combination? Crikey, meowmurai, you're a natural fit at it, just like I was. Not to brag, but I happen to be a veritable storm of flying fists when the mood strikes me. I'd treat you to a demonstration here and now, except I'm liable to tear down the entire guild in the process. Master Hammond has a penchant for regaling us with tales of his exploits, but these never amount to a demonstration. His favorite is his victory over the fearsome marauder, White Axe, whom he felled with a combination so swift and seamless they said you couldn't see his hands, or so the legend goes. That one never gets old. Our dearest master's humility aside, your progress is truly astounding, meowmurai. If I don't keep on my toes, you'll like to surpass me in a matter of wounds. Just between you and me, Chuchoto's been in a slump of late. It all began when her closest friend and guildmate suddenly up and disappeared. Rarukuta's the lad's name, and he and Chuchoto joined the guild together. The two of them were born to refugees and were orphaned in the calamity. Not long after I was made guildmaster, I found them on the streets, starved near to death. I did what any decent man would. I took them in and clothed and fed them. When they were strong again, they said they wanted to become pugilists like me, and so I trained them as well. Since then, they've been best friends and rivals both, one helping to raise the other up. Would that we knew what's become of Rarukuta. But we're talking about you, meowmurai. You've proven yourself a worthy member of our guild, training hard and learning fast. To recognize your efforts, I grant you leave to join other guilds. Of course, before you can take up another discipline, you need to receive permission from the relevant guildmaster. If comets are calling, you might like to seek out the gladiators or thaumaturges. But if you prefer an alternative to cracking skulls, Ulda's also famous for its weavers, goldsmiths, alchemists, and miners. As your guildmaster, though, it pleased me most if you placed our art above others. But whatever you choose to do, know that I wish you the best. Okay, what did we need? A hat? I think we needed a hat. Even though all this other stuff is good. You now have access to the armory system. Quests to unlock the other classes can be undertaken by speaking to the receptionist in the corresponding guilds. There exist mirrored disciplines in Eorzea that adventurers can take up. For the most rewarding experience, however, it is recommended that you first focus on mastering your current class. Which is what we'll do. I mean, you know, no need to go too crazy with other stuff, right? At least not yet. Unlocking classes. You now have access to the armory system. Quests to unlock other classes can be undertaken by speaking to the receptionist in the corresponding guild. It should be noted that in addition to martial classes, you may also choose to become a disciple of the hand, one who synthesizes items from on-hand materials, or a disciple of the land, one who harvests harvest resources from the field. Mastering more than one class is the first step to becoming a well-rounded adventurer. I'm unfortunately a well-rounded person. You know, tacos are too good. Wait, what was the next... What was the next level I have to get to? They're pretty evenly spaced. Let's see, we're at level 15 we need to be? Okay, well, I mean, that won't take very long at all. Like I said, the initial couple levels are pretty easy. Like I said, most of the time you can just walk around town and become level 20. If you do all the quests inside your starter town. And what are we now? We're like level 11 already? Yeah, it doesn't take much. And we will come back here and just explore the rest of the town and sweep up any quests that we have. We'll do this one first. Kind of clear the quest log. Yeah, I like how there's a random level 50 here. Thankfully, it's not an aggressive level 50, but if it was, boy, I tell you, like the original Final Fantasy XI, there would just be, you know, higher level enemies strewn in with the lower level enemies. Again, thankfully they learned a lot of lessons. Especially after the first Final Fantasy XIV ended up being such a wash. So, are you ready for inspection? Good, everything appears in order. Yet know that naught is guaranteed in this world. Fate is a fickle mistress, after all. At any rate, capable adventurers like you are few and far between, and I would not have you throw your life away. I have had to bury too many comrades who brushed aside cracks in their hauberks and dints in their helms. No matter what you face, do not disregard the importance of gear. Oh, and I can get different gear now. Okay. Right, okay, whatever. Warren has worked for an adventurer willing to exterminate the goblins attacking ore wagons. Let's get to it then, shall we? Ore wagons pass through this station every day, but not without incident. Wagons coming and going from the dispatch yard to the south must pass through a tunnel by Fesca's watch, a tunnel in which some genius saw fit to put an ore storehouse, creating ideal conditions for a goblin nest. So now the ore-loving beasts have taken up residence in a tunnel we dug, and we're practically delivering meals to their doorstep. But no more. Inside the tunnel in question, you will find a narrow fissure where the goblins hide. Use this silver ore cluster to lure out the creatures and slay them. Aethelgith is concerned for the welfare of a fellow sentry. See that bloke over there? Name's Osbert, and he's hurt bad. Not that... Now, it ain't my job to mind his business. I'm a torch, he's a blade. But at the end of the day, we're both people. You know what I'm saying? Any road, I went over to him just earlier to ask what's wrong, but he refuses to tell me. The stubborn bugger. Seems his pride's more important to him than his life. What is it with men and acting tough? I tells myself, I've tried, but if the fella ends up kicking the bucket, I don't want that on my conscience. I know this is sudden, but could you try and talk to him into drinking a high potion? I'd sleep a deal better for it. I ain't got one on me, but one of the fellows over yonder sells them. Shops. A myriad of items can be bought and sold from vendors all across Eorzea. Purchasing an item is as simple as clicking on an item in a shopkeep's inventory, while selling an item is as simple as dragging an item from your inventory or armor chest. You can also sell items by right-clicking on them and selecting sell. If you happen to have a second thoughts about a sale, you can always buy back your item from the vendor, but only if you have yet to leave the area or log out of the game. High potion, yeah, all the items are so expensive, man. I'll tell you. Breathe, Osbert. Oh boy. Oh, sorry, let me get a drink. Hold on a minute. Okay. Breathe, Osbert, old boy. Just breathe in. Pain is just a weakness. Leaving the guts stab at my head. If only I had saved a high potion. I think this might be the end. Well, I don't really need this, but if you insist, you have my thanks, adventurer. I was resigned to suffer in silence, for I, Osbert the Undying, veteran of countless battles, could not afford to show weakness to my colleagues and our allies. They look to me for inspiration, you see. To think I was almost brought down low by a gentle blow to the head. Ha 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 ha. I was only incapacitated for a few moments, I think. To pay you for your discretion in this delicate matter, I shall share with you my warrior's wisdom. If you must practice your juggling, use heavy stones at your own peril. I know, the game is just full of silliness. Well done. It shan't be easy work to keep the towns free of goblins, but our wagon should be able to go unmolested for a time. This represents to ore shipments threaten not only the interests of Amaja and Son's mineral concern, but of Ula herself. One might liken these train tracks to veins that bear our nation's lifeblood. If only we had more men like you to lend a hand. Oh, I already had something better. Well, that's silliness. Oh well, not that it matters. Zuzumeta wishes to share with you a most amazing rumor. Ah, the altruistic adventurer. I was hoping we'd bump into each other. Why? Because the most fascinating piece of news recently reached my ears, and I'm eager to share it. May I? Rumor has it that there is a vast untapped vein of ore beneath the ruins of Sildith. But that's not all. Inconceivably, the concern appears to be entirely ignorant of its existence. And even as we speak, a young upstart, a self-made merchant from Stone's Throw of all places, is moving to claim it. The fellow's name is Wyston, and he is a very, very ambitious young man. Not only does he intend to secure exclusive excavation rights, but they say his master plan is to use his new fortune to curry favor with the Sacrarium. Of course, the thaumaturges only consider the option of the most wealthy when drafting the laws of Ulda. If you would have your voice heard, you must be prepared to pay a sultan's ransom. One voice which is invariably heard belongs to Lord Lurito. He has a long, lavished gill upon the thaumaturges, and some claim he devises new laws with the express intent of ruining his competitors while protecting his own interests. Suffice to say, if Wyston thinks he can compete with the likes of the Syndicate, he's in for a rude awakening, but that eventuality may yet be a little way off. For the present, he is moving ahead with his plans and assembling a team to survey the site. I'm told he's at the Coffer and Coffin right now, recruiting able-bodied adventurers to escort his prospectors. Warren said you were looking for work. Mayhap you should meet Wyston and volunteer for his expedition? Well, sure. Come to join? Sorry, but you're too late. Some brass blades looking for extra coin volunteer, then team's already en route to the ruins. But look, I know it's not easy to find work these days. If you're interested, there's something else you can do for me. There are these children outside, little ones from Stone's Throw. I look after them when I have time to spare, so they've taken to following me around even when I tell them not to. But with that overseeing the search for the vein, I barely have a chance to visit the privy at the moment, much less entertain younglings. Can you give them these ginger cookies and convince them to go home for me? I ain't going nowhere, mister. Too hungry to move. Besides, you'll have to carry me. A cookie? Well, if Wystan really wants me to go home, then all right. But I'll want two next time. But Wystan always plays with us. Why won't he come out and play? Here, shut up, kid. Wow, a ginger cookie. I better save some for my brother. I know, I'll go home and eat it with him. Wystan's kind to us. I like him. This is for me. I want to eat it, but then again I don't, because then it'd be gone. Tell Wystan thanks, and tell him I'm sorry for getting in the way. I like playing with Wystan. He makes sure no one bullies us. Wystan's worried about us. I don't want to make him worried. I'm a good girl, so I'll go home. Thank you, adventurer. I only wish I could do more. Stone's Throw is no place for a child. Not that my childhood was much happier. Never enough food to go around, nor work to earn it, but no shortage of contempt from the great and the good. I remember thinking things could only get better. Yet now, after the calamity and everything else, for us refugees to be forced to live outside the gates like bloody beastmen is a disgrace. They say with enough money you can change the laws here, so I'm going to make a fortune and do just that. I'll buy the excavation rights and start my own mining business. Then I'll give my fellow refugees the work that they're crying out for, and pay them fairly. The mining companies have profited from our suffering for too long, but in their hubris they've grown complacent, presenting us with a golden opportunity. And we will take it, adventurer. We will claim our dignity, and with it, our place within those walls. We found her! We found the vein! Wystan, you must come and see! Already? Amazing! We leave at once! You should join me, my friend. Come and bear witness to history in the making. What? You just said I wasn't allowed to come, you little jerk. Make up your damn mind. I'm a busy cat. Oh, is it this way? Pick up Monsters catalog. Spriggan Grave Robber. Let's see, duty calls. Comes in battle way down in the hole. Level sync is in effect. If you are above the maximum level allowed, it will be synced as follows. Level 13. What are we, level 12? It's probably okay. Thal's bald son. A vein of ore in the middle of a ruined bloody city. Goddamned idiot. What did you think was going to happen? That you'd strike it rich and get cozy with the Order, while the masters of Uldar looked on? No one crosses the Syndicate. The Syndicate? Ha! Finally sunk in, has it? Well, look at this. Not all your friends have deserted ye, it seems. Lucky boy. Now you won't have to die alone. O mournful voice of creation, grant ye this humble soul a stone a soul, that it may wake to life. Who's that spouting gibberish? Show yourself. Rock and roll. This ain't part of the plan. bloody hells, does Lord Lorito mean to kill us too? I hate fighting next to objects. It's just makes it so hard to see sometimes. You just want to maneuver around, you know? That the golem could be vanquished. That man is no ordinary adventurer. Meow? Damn, seems I missed all the fun. I see you didn't need my help this time. Yeah, we got a puffy sweater vest. I would compose a ballad in your honor, but I fear no words would do you justice. The songstress of Ulla herself could not rival your beauty. Oh, stop it. I have oft heard it said that a blossomed beauty can move a man to love and long, but I never truly believed it until I met you two desert roses. Here they attacked another caravan. Aye, and business has suffered for it. Bloody Amalja, what stirred them up, do you reckon? Another raid, and I'll wager that caravan was carrying crystals, much like the last. If they truly mean to summon a primal, we must act quickly. Are you coming, love? You wouldn't keep a girl waiting, would you? Perish the thought. So, tell me, where in this marvel of a city might you lovely ladies be staying? At this rate, grain will soon be more precious than gold. The result of the uncommonly bad harvest, to be sure. And we have you to thank for them, do we not? Aye, this weakening of the etheric flow must surely be linked to Dalaman's descent. And, of course, to the primals. A fine mess, but we must not lose hope. Luisu will know what to do. We need only trust his judgment. I don't know, what a mask, huh? Truly a marvel of Charlian ingenuity. It's as if I could reach out and touch the aether. Time to focus. No more gallivanting about like before. The Scions are counting on you. Have faith. Just have faith. You can do this. The disturbance is recent. The Sultan tree? Maybe Papashan will know something of it. Looks like they gave you quite a thrashing. Can you walk? It's me. I was too late. Our person of interest had already quit the scene. The general? Very well. I shall be there anon. My colleagues went to great lengths to provide me with the means to detect etheric disturbances, but every time I find one, you seem to be in the middle of it. I'm starting to wonder if it might not be simpler just to follow you around. Sadly, I have business elsewhere. Tread softly, my friend. The carefully laid trap you dismantled was clearly sanctioned by Lord Lodorito. I heard the blades mention him as they fled. Believe me when I tell you that he is not a man to be trifled with. The Sultana's enemies grow bolder by the day, and I suspect they have the support of outside forces. Thank you. If you hadn't come along, those bastards would surely have slaughtered us all. I would speak with you further, but it isn't safe for us to linger here. Find me at the coffer and coffin later. Until then, stay safe. I shall accompany Weiston and his men. They need protection, and I need more information. Ah, but where are my manners? I have yet to properly introduce myself. I am Thancred, a humble scholar surveying the flow of aether in Thanlan. It is an honor and a privilege to make your acquaintance. I hope when we meet next, it is under more auspicious circumstances. Farewell. Ah, wait a moment. It occurs to me that we may have... Never mind. Fare thee well. It's funny how this is like... This is the best storyline in all of the Final Fantasy franchises. Even the main games included. But it's been developing, you know, over, 10 years, so it's... it has its trials and tribulations. Like I said, the second expansion... I think that's the snow area. I forget what it's called, but... Boy, that area just absolutely sucks. I mean, they completely missed on that one. But every other expansion has been good. I kind of dread having to play that. And unfortunately, that's where a lot of the levels are going to... a lot of levels you're going to need are going to be there, you know? What's going on? Fate rewards. Once the fate is completed, a window detailing your reward will be displayed. The rewards are distributed to all event participants and are based on not only on success, but on individual contributions. The more active you are in completing the event objectives, the greater your contribution will be deemed. Contribution is indicated via gold, silver, or bronze medals that appear on your reward window. Okay, we've got like a sand medal out of that. This came in for the last punch. Well, bless you, my friend. You risked your life to save us, to save ours. Betrayed by my own guards. Gods, I was a fool to trust those men. Lodorito owns the goddamn brass blades. I should have questioned their motives from the start. Even so, I could hardly have predicted that the wealthiest man in Ulda would want me dead for a heinous crime of seeking to change the law. I'm just a merchant, for God's sakes. That ruthless bastard, and what of that monstrosity? Those were his own men. It beggars belief. Well, that's it. I'm finished. If I stay in Ulda any longer, I'm as good as dead. My associates, my friends, gods, even the children may not be safe if I don't disappear. And you, goddammit, if Lolorito learns of your involvement, you'll be next. I'll speak with the others and make sure your part in this stays secret. Beyond that, I don't know what to suggest. Maybe you should seek the counsel of Mistress Momodi. She's helped countless adventurers in her time. Mayhap she'll know what to do. Go quickly now, my friend. Lolorito's spies may be watching. Settle down, meowmurai. You've got nothing to worry about. No one seems to know you were at the ruins. Wystan, on the other hand, is now a pariah. About as welcome around here as a rabid wolf, poor bugger. Suffice to say, the boy risked the wrath of the wrong man. Lord Lolorito, chairman of the East Aldernon Trading Company, generous contributor to the Order of Nalthal, and member of the Syndicate. Didn't get to where he was by leaving loose ends, that one. Which is why he ain't above killing his own men. Hells, even if those blazes knew what was coming, it's not like they could refuse to do the benefactor's bidding. Don't let this color your view of Ulda, meowmurai. It's true that there are some who ain't afraid to crack a few skulls if it gets them what they want. But most of us are decent folks just trying to make ends meet. You know, a lot of people would call you a damn fool for risking your life to save a marked man. But I believe you did a good thing, meowmurai, and for that you have my respect. Listen, you've been through a lot lately. Why don't you rest a spell? I'll have the boys at the Hourglass set you up with a room. My treat. Just have a word with Potapa whenever you feel like staying. Inn rooms now available. And when you've got your appetite for adventure back, consider taking on a guild lev or two. We've a lot of requests from locals looking to hire adventurers for various jobs. It'd be a good way for you to earn yourself some extra gil. Eustace can tell you more about how the system works, so go and speak with him if you're interested. Guild leaves. You now have access to recommendations. This feature displays a list of quests or duties currently available in your area. The recommendations list can be opened from under duty in the main menu and will be displayed automatically when you log in. If you find yourself unsure of what to do next, this tool makes it simple to locate activities suitable for your present class and level. Momodi of the Quicksand has work for a willing adventurer. Looks like the curl look what the curl dragged in. Good to see you, meowmurai. I'd ask what brings you, but I reckon we both know the answer to that already. Well, have I ever let you down before? Oh wait, don't answer that. So happens I know a fella by the name of Dadanen who needs a hand. He's a merchant by trade, selling precious stones to those in Ulda with the means to buy them. He asked that I send any looking for work his way. You can find him over in Horizon if you fancy. That's in western Thanaland, mind you. Just cross the bridge north of Scorpion Crossing and the road will take you there. Knowing the circles he deals in, might as well have some talk of the royal family that'll interest you in as well. And why not make use of a chocobo porter for the journey to Horizon, if you've the gil for it, that is. You'll find the chocobo stables just across the way from my quickstand. Find Mimigum, he'll set you straight. Well, off you go then. I haven't got all day to be holding your bloody hand. We should at least talk to him. Get the spiel. Eustace is responsible for assigning guild leaves at the Quicksand and is offering to give you an introduction to the world of leave quests. Ah, meowmurai, Momodi said you might come. I take it you wish to undertake one of the many guild leaves available here at the Adventurers Guild. Guild leaves are the means by which we document requests for assistance from the citizenry prior to assigning them to adventurers possessed of the necessary skills. From battlecraft leaves that require the extermination of monsters to tradecraft leaves that ask for the creation of goods, the tasks we term leave quests are many and varied in their name. Should your interest be piqued, I suggest you make your way to Horizon and speak with Totonawa. He'll be happy to set your feet on the path to completing your first leave quest. Good day to you, adventurer. How may I serve you? The Hourglass is only the most famous inn on the Merchant Strip. We have accommodations to satisfy every client's taste, from lavish suites to simple rooms. Per Mistress Momodi's request, you are free to enjoy our hospitality at will. If you wish to rest, it will be my pleasure to show you to a room. Okay, we can take some time to kind of travel around, see the rest of the town. Because we will undoubtedly run into quests. Did I do this one? I don't remember doing it. Oh, this conniving ne'er-do-well. Oh, really? Okay, did that one too. We know the Weavers Guild, the Miners Guild, Gladiators Guild. Goldsmith. I mean, the Gladiator makes sense. We can just wander over there. Welcome to the Gladiators Guild adventure. Here our members train tirelessly with sword and shield so that their names might one day be written in legend. Was that a flash of interest in your eyes? If you wish to study swordplay, know that admission to the guild is free of charge. I had marked you as a man of action. I'm pleased to see that I was not wrong. Now, while you may be familiar with the deadly dance of battle, you are new to us and must begin at the beginning. If you would take your place in these hallowed halls, you must be willing and ready to undergo the most rigorous training. You must endure cuts and bruises beyond counting, and like as not far worse. A daunting prospect, I concede, but there is no other way if you mean to take to the Blood Sands one day. And why wouldn't you? The Colosseum is only the most celebrated place of public entertainment in all of Ulda. Where else could a poor man amass a fortune so vast that as to one day allow him to claim a seat on the syndicate? Ah, there's not an Uldan alive who isn't inspired by the rise of the self-made man. And there is no truer embodiment of that dream than the gladiator who wins riches and fame in this world. Or with his sword. Throughout its long and storied history, the guild has nurtured countless champions. Our training methods are second to none, and our members ever strive to develop new techniques. If you desire true glory, to fight and triumph, amidst the roar of 10,000 voices, then this is where you belong, adventurer. Think of it. Think of your legacy. And if your soul stirs, join us. Let's see, we can go... Just want to make sure we get all the aethers checked in it. I don't think we'll do the moderages. We'll leave that as it is for now. Let's see, we go. These are both going to Horizon, which is not that far. I mean, all things considered. Is ticked off. Ime of Scorpion Crossing is worried about the condition of her chocobo. You there. Yes, you. You're an adventurer, are you not? You travel about Eosia slaying beasts and finding treasure, that sort of thing? I have need of help. I must travel to Horizon where my cargo awaits, but my chocobo, Slugger, won't move an ilm. I've tried to take a closer look, but I saw a vile pair of antennae protruding from his feathers and lost my nerve. I love Slugger with all my heart, but bugs I cannot to do. I fear he may have a parasite ladybug that's gorging itself on his blood. Check him for me, would you? And if you find a ladybug dug in there somewhere, kill the damn thing. QQ. Sense a hostile presence. Quick, quick! Slugger says thank you, and you've my thanks as well. I was sure a son of it was a parasite ladybug. Must have latched itself on somewhere along the road, but how the bloody thing managed to stay concealed at that size is a complete mystery. In fact, I'm not even going to question it. I'd just like to move on and put this all behind me. If we don't keep our chocobos healthy, cargo won't be able to move over land. We owe these birds a great deal of debt. I wish more folk would see that. Ime has information that may interest wealthy adventurers. Have you heard the news about the goblet? All that quality land, so desperately coveted, is to be auctioned off to bidders, regardless of their origins, and adventurers might have the right to participate. Just imagine the entire area could end up owned by a wealthy foreign. Beg your pardon, sir. It isn't that I dislike adventurers, far from it. But when you consider that Ulda is still struggling to accommodate countless refugees, the idea that this land is being sold for profit is not surprising whatsoever, come to think of it. Still, the least they could do is give preferential treatment to hardworking Uldans like me. I've been saving for years, just waiting for an opportunity like this to come along. Say, you wouldn't have to be curious as well, would you, about the goblet? My hands are full here, but if you have a moment to head that way and look into the auction business on my behalf, I'd be ever so grateful. There's bound to be an immortal flames represented by the gates, or in the goblet who can explain what's going on. This wouldn't happen without General Raban's approval, of that much I'm sure. Heard about the auctions, have you? You're not the first to approach me this day. Aye, 'tis true. In an effort to encourage immigration to our great nation, all lands within the goblet are to be set aside for adventurers like yourself. Tragic, some might say, that only adventurers would be permitted to settle within its wards, but such decisions were made by men wiser than I. A beautiful place, the goblet. A man-made oasis. Built atop a towering butte. But why bother complaining when you can just see for yourself? Just head through these gates and follow the road. If you wish to know more about the goblet, speak with the recruit station just past the entrance. He'd be happy to assist you. Proceed with the quest where the heart is, the goblet. You may visit any residential ward within the goblet. Housing. Each of the three nations has established a residential district, wherein like-minded adventurers can establish a base for their activities, which is very incredibly expensive. Completely unattainable unless you hit the max level. Each residential district is divided into wards, which in turn houses 60 plots of land each. Wealthy individuals may purchase plots of land upon which to build their own estate halls, while free companies may jointly purchase plots. Those seeking simpler quarters may instead purchase a room in the apartment buildings found in each of the residential districts. Estate halls and apartments can be customized by installing fixtures and placing furnishings. Please note that in the case of estate halls, specific company privileges are required for customization. More information on housing can be had by speaking with the resident caretaker stationed at each residential district. This doesn't matter. Oh, okay. Don't have to tune with that one. Greetings, adventurer, and welcome to the Goblet. Beg your pardon? An Uldon woman asked you to learn more about the auctions? Oh dear, as you may have heard, these plots are reserved exclusively for adventurers. Since your friend is an Aldan citizen, she is ineligible to participate. Should you yourself have a mind to purchase a plot, pray speak with the resident caretaker. He can guide you through the process. You've returned. Tell me what you've learned of the auctions. Eh? What do you mean it's reserved exclusively for adventurers? I mean, sure, times are tough and every nation is scrambling to attract formidable fighters. But what about my needs? What about my tiny acres and a chocobo? Bah, it's just not fair. Okay, the residential district Aethernet for the Goblet can be accessed through the Aldan Aetherate. Okay, my voice is starting to go hoarse. I wish the game had more voice acting. Kill two of those? Really? Okay, as much as I want to keep playing, I feel my voice giving out, so why don't we stop it there. This is meowmurai. You've been watching Final Fantasy XIV Online, running on PlayStation 5. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed watching. I will see you at the next stream.